will be round 4. Spencer Trahorn picked up that win. So we've got in the Senior Rotaxes, we are going to see 25 karts out in this one. James Watson, Ben Hicks, Toby Street, Harry Clark. Ethan Hatch, Harry Maynard, Bobby Rosier, Oliver Guzman, Freddie Leppenwell, Will Aldis, Louis Asport, William Ray, Michael Pugh, Jacob Clay, Zach Burke, Lucas Reeves, Noah Nicholson, Roman Vickery, and the 2 novice plates, Ollie White and James Bailey Sartin. And again, I apologise if I don't pronounce these absolutely spot on, but we've got Ugne Zwerzdonati. I hope I've said that anywhere near right. I probably haven't. I apologise if I haven't. And Karius Zygmontu. That's our 2 Lithuanian drivers as we are off and running in this one. No messing around from the seniors as they make their way through Haynes Loop for the first time. Nice and clean. It is the 64 kart. James Watson currently leading the way. The 18 kart there off track. That's a shame for Noah Nicholson. You're going to have to push that back on as they go up through the bus stop for the first time. Here's James Watson out front. Everybody safely through the bus stop. It's down into climate for the first time these guys go. Still the 84 and the 64 lead in the way. Ben Hicks and James Watson. Bobby Rosier up into 3rd, Harry Maynard 4th. Karius in 5th, William Ray, Oliver Guzman, Will Aldis, Michael Pugh and Toby Street. They make up our top 10 after that first lap. We're just focusing on the front runners for this first lap. Keep an eye on some big movers down the order. William Ray already gained loads of places, 7 I think. Oliver Guzman up a couple of places, as is Will Aldis. Michael Pugh 5 places gained. Big Luther, Ethan Hatch came a crop up, dropped down the order, as did Noah Nicholson. So over the start finish line again we go. Still the 84, Bobby Rosier up into 4th from James Watson, now 3rd, Harry Maynard in 4th. They go through Haynes Loop, through Johnny's left-hander, and then down into the Winger's Dip. 14 kart, William Ray. William Ray won Heat 2 and the final in the opening round. It's its first in the championship. Currently looking down through the order, Zach Burke is currently sat 2nd in the championship, and in this heat he's currently 15th, I think, as we look down the order. Yeah, Zach Burke sat in 15th at the moment. Bobby Rosier, he won Heat 2 in round 1. Bobby currently sat in 2nd in this one, so some good points coming his way. So they go across start and finish line. It is Bobby Rosier up into the lead from Ben Hicks, Harry Maynard, James Watson, and William Ray making up that top 5. Front 2 just starting to create a little bit of a gap from the chasing pack. Rosier and Ben Hicks probably worked his way up through that field early on. Started in 9th, got himself up into the lead within a couple of laps of the race, so a great start to proceedings for him. I say that front 2 just starting to create a little bit of a gap. So it is Bobby Rosier and Ben Hicks that have just created a little bit of space between themselves. And then the 93 of Harry Maynard, William Ray up into 4th, Oliver Guzman 5th, James Watson 6th. Michael Pugh, contact warning for Michael. Down in 7th, 5 minutes or so to go as they race down. There's the 49 of Bobby Rosier leading the way from Ben Hicks. So those two just starting to pull away a little bit as they come up through the bus stop. It's about a second or so now down to the 3rd and 4th karts of Harry Maynard and William Ray, who've got their own little battle going on. And then back to Oliver Guzman and James Watson, who have also got. So we've got the front 8 have got 4 battles of 2 have been created, really, and even the top 10 there seems to be little battles of 2. So Bobby Rosier and Ben Hicks, they've got a battle from Harry Maynard and William Ray. They've got a battle going on. So has Oliver Guzman and James Watson. They have a battle with Will Aldis and Michael Pugh, and then Freddie Leppenwell and Karius down in 10th. So we've got 5 individual 2-kart battles in that front 10, which is very unique. So yeah, 2, 2, 2. A little gap now, there's a little bit of a gap between those two, but yeah, we had an interesting dynamic from my viewpoint. Yeah, you can just about see it on screen as they come through in little packs of 2. At the front 2. The important 2, I suppose, at the moment is Bobby Rosier and Ben Hicks. That's the front 2. And it is still Harry Maynard and William Ray in 3rd and 4th, from Oliver Guzman and James Watson in 5th and 6th. Will Aldis and Caillou 7th and 8th. Pugh there has dropped way back. Michael lost a few positions. You see cars just coming through the bus stop. Always trying to take a bit of curb, so there's a yellow flag out. Somebody is off underneath our noses here. They're just slowing everybody down, and what that'll do is that'll just condense the pack a little bit, bring everybody closer together. To be honest, the front 10 weren't that far apart, but this yellow flag now, with about 3 minutes plus a lap to go, is just going to really bring everybody together. And now you can see the 56 car, Freddie Leppenwau, who has come off. Freddie's off in the Haynes loop, so we've got the yellow flag. There is a driver stood in the entry to Tolly's, but then there is also Freddie Leppenwau, the 56 car, who has come off and is out of the race in the Haynes loop. So they're just keeping them on yellows. I imagine they will let them go as they come around the left-hander. So Bobby Rosier leading the way, Ben Hicks, Harry Maynard, William Ray, Oliver Goodman, James Watson, Will Aldis, Caillou Zygmunt 2 in 8th, Toby Street, Zach Burke make up the top 10. So they're just keeping them on the yellows as they go down through the Whingers dip. A little bit of contact again in this one. Zach Burke, Michael Pugh. Zach Burke has got 2 contact warnings in this race. Currently sat in 10th place. So just keeping everybody on slow just for the moment as they come through the bus stop. The boards are still out. So just keeping everybody on yellows, and what that's done is that's obviously brought everybody together. So we've almost got a new race, a new rolling start for the last 2 or 3 minutes of this race. It'll be about 2 minutes, I would imagine. We'll get this lap done, maybe 3 laps to go. Get a couple of laps out of this and then an additional one. So there's 16 carts there all together, so we have lost a few from this race. And we're off and running, so minute and 10 to go plus the lap. Bobby Rosier stole a march there, that's for sure. He came through Tolly's over that start-finish line. Has already created a bit of a gap back to second in Ben Hicks, Harry Maynard, William Ray, Oliver Goodman, James Watson, Will Aldis. They make up the front running of this one. It's almost like a little shootout mini race we've had as everyone was condensed after that yellow flag. As they come out of the Whingers dip up through the bus stop. And we have lost a few cars from this one. But let's keep an eye on. Bobby Rosier took full advantage of that yellow to green. Got about a second on Ben Hicks in second from William Ray in third. So first we've got a gap, but then second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. There we go. Focusing in on, you see the 38 of Oliver Guzman there and the 93 of Harry Maynard. That little battle there is from second back to fifth. So we could have a good little battle for those minor. The leaders out front, I don't think Bobby is going to get caught. He's got fresh air, but the 4 behind, they're really close. Ben, William, Harry and Oliver. That is a race. We're going to get the last lap board out, so it's Bobby's to lose. He's going to have about a second as he comes across the start-finish line, I would anticipate. 0.8 from Ben Hicks, William Ray, Harry Maynard, Oliver Guzman. That's the race as that's the 4 we can see on screen. That's Ben, William, Harry and Oliver. That's the battle for second through to fifth. Bobby's out front, got enough of a gap. It's whether one of these 4 can make a move on the driver in front. William looking at Ben there, pretty close as they come through the bus stop. William looking the most likely on second, but he's got to be careful. because if he goes for the move and it doesn't work, then he's got Harry Maynard right behind him. So just 2 or 3 corners to go here. Bobby's got it in the bag. That's a win. It looks like it's going to be a second for Ben Hicks. Yeah, Ben holds on to that second place, pretty close between William, Harry and Oliver Guzman for that 3rd, 4th and 5th. But again, because of those yellow flags, everybody was condensed, everyone was brought together. So the finishing numbers are pretty close, but fastest time of the race was a 39.53 from William Ray from a 39.54. So absolutely nothing in that back to Bobby Rosier. So those two were the fastest on track, and likewise 39.56 from Harry Maynard. So there's our finishing front 10. Bobby Rosier, Ben Hicks, William Ray, Harry Maynard, Oliver Guzman. Oh, I didn't quite manage to see that out. Oliver Guzman, then it was Will Aldis, then it was Kariusz Zygmunt, Zach Burke, James Watson and Toby Street. 11th was Roman Vickery, Lucas Reeves, Louis Aspel, Ugnes Verdiniti, I'm going to get that right before the end of the day, was down in 14th, and Michael Pugh in 15th. So we lost quite a few karts. So I imagine we're just going to have a little bit of delay here. There is a couple of karts out on track that just need to be rescued. But it was a pretty decent race. More brought in once those yellows come out and everybody was condensed back up again. That gave us that battle. But we had quite an interesting development with the front 10. There was 5 battles of 2 for a few laps. There we can see big contact of the 18 car. Swerzdinati. I'm saying that probably really terrible. I'm really sorry for my pronunciation. I'm going to go with Ugne. I think the pronunciation of the first name is correct. So I'm going to go with Ugne throughout the entire race, if that's okay. Don't continue to get your name wrong. So, seniors are out. Again, they'll just get the opportunity to put in a lap. So just to keep you back up to speed, the juniors were supposed to be scheduled for now, but there was an incident and they've been taken back off track, and they will complete their race further down the order. So we've moved on to the senior Rotaxes. There's your running order on the left hand side. Steadily coming around here. Bobby Rosier was the winner of that opening heat. And here we go, we're off and running. Yes, we are. Lights come off. And the pink start from the 16 of Lucas Reeves there, as well as the 20 of Zach Burke. They go through Haynes Loop, everybody safely through, which is great. And here's the 20 of Zach Burke. Up into the lead from Lucas Reeves, William Ray, Nicholson, Freddie Leppenwell and Raymond Vickery. They race down into the Wingers dip, into that right-hander before they race up the hill. It's our front 2 there. Everybody takes a bit of curb as they come through the bus stop. They race up the hill. Through midgets down into climb at the right-hander, then a left brings you then back along underneath the nose of the commentary. Start-finish line. William Ray moves up into second from Noah Nicholson, Bobby Rosier, Lucas Reeves, Freddie Leppenwell, Harry Clark, Ronan Vickery, Ethan Hatch, Toby Street make up the top 10. But not a lot to give. The front 2 just starting to pull away a tiny bit there, we can see on the right side of the screen. But then from 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, really close. We race up into that bus stop. And there's our front 2, Zach Burke and William Ray leading the way. Just a bit of a gap, Noah Nicholson and Bobby Rosier in that battle for 3rd. There's a bit of movement. I think Bobby Rosier just up the inside of Noah Nicholson there going into midgets. The leader is still Zach Burke from the 14th of William Ray. And then they come back underneath. Bobby Rosier has moved up into 3rd place from Noah Nicholson. Lucas Reeves just down a few places. Freddie Leppenwell, Harry Clark, Ethan Hatch all getting the better. The 16 kart there. 14 and 20, that's the battle out front. Zach Burke and William Ray. And again, they're just starting to inch away from that third and fourth battle of Bobby Rosier and Noah McNicholson. 40.11 Bobby Rosier, the fastest time so far in this one. The front 8 or 9 drivers all in the 40s. Underneath me here, 14 from 20, William Ray's up there, Bobby Rosier up into the lead goes William Ray. So those front 2 trading places on that last lap. Bobby Rosier just looks like he reeled them in a little bit in third place there, so that's front 3. Now with a tiny gap back to Noah McNicholson, we're going to take seconds in 4th. So we're going to have a race on here. Bobby Rosier gained 8 places already, and Zach Burke and Roman Vickery in their respective positions have gained 14 places in this heat so far. But all the top 6 have all gained places. James Watson and Toby Street have dropped down. So still the 14 of William Ray now from Bobby Rosier and Zach Burke. Those 3 are, you feel, just going to trade places as this race develops. And again, just one of the heats, just accumulating points, but that front 3 pulling away then from a little pack of 4 or 5 behind them chasing. From Noah McNicholson to Freddie Leppenmau, Ethan Hatch, Harry Clark, and Cayuse Zygmunt 2 in 8th, Oliver Gusman 9th, and Harry Maynard in 10th. So that is our top 10. And a bit of movement there as we go through, and there's that Bobby Rosier up into the lead as they went into midgets there. Did he put that move on 14 of William Ray? I think he did, yeah. Bobby Rosier up into the lead. So these front 3 have all led this race at one point. As we move into 4.5 minutes to go, it is now Bobby Rosier from William Ray. Zach Burke, Ethan Hatch moves up into 5th. And that little pack that's chasing 4th down to 7th or 8th. Good little race developing there as well. But these front 3, all 3 have led this race at some point. They're all pretty close, and they have pulled away. It's about a 2-second gap back to 4th place. And there's a real bound, a big move there. Oh, someone goes across the bus stop. I think that was Noah McNicholson going across the bus stop as Ethan Hatch tried to put a move in. And again, a bit more movement as they go through midgets at the top there. Definitely going to see some trading places as they come down to start this next lap. But the front 3 are still Bobby Rosier, William Ray and Zach Burke. And here we go, 88 of Ethan Hatch, Harry Clark, Freddie Leppenmau. Cayuse up into 7th, Oliver Gusman, Harry Maynard, and Noah McNicholson, the big loser there through that section of track, through that sector 3. Just down a few places in that battle for what is 4th, essentially, with the top 3 just starting to pull away. So the live timing telling us now that in the 39s, the top 8-9 drivers are now all in the 39s. Fastest 39.62 from Bobby Rosier. 39.67 from the closely chasing William Ray. Hanging on to their coattails is Zach Burke in 3rd. And it's still Ethan Hatch holding on to that 4th from Harry Clark. Oliver Gusman moves up into 7th as his Ben Hicks 8th. We've lost Cayuse Zygmunt 2, I think. Dropped down the order and potentially out of the race, but not in my eye line. Down the bottom end of the circuit and the wind just dipped. Cayuse was up there, front running, looks like it's back on. But that front 3, Bobby Rosier, William Ray, Zach Burke, they are just pulling away the front 2. We've got a race on, 49 of Bobby Rosier from William Ray and Zach Burke. They are almost 3 seconds ahead of 4th place, Ethan Hatch, and then you've got 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. That's Ethan, Harry, Freddie and Oliver. They've got their own battle for 4th place going on. Again, a little bit more room and time goes back to Ben Hicks 8th, Harry Maynard 9th and Michael Pugh in 10th. So yeah, still the top 11 karts all now starting to hit those 39s. Fastest time still with Bobby Rosier and William Ray out front. As those 2 come under the start-finish line here. 2 Tollies down into the Haynes loop. So the front 2. Just with a small gap now to 3rd place, Zach Burke, but still within touching distance, Zach in 3rd place. And then that pack chasing, Ethan Hatch, Harry Clark, Freddie Leppenmau, Oliver Gusman, Ben Hicks, Harry Maynard, Michael Pugh make up the top 10. Noah McNicholson we've lost, 3 laps down now unfortunately. James Watson 11, Jacob Clay 12, Roman Vickery 13, Will Aldis 14, Lucas Reeves in 15th, Ollie White, Noah Novice Plate in 16, Louis Aspel 17, I think it was Toby Street there in 18th. From Ugne 19th, Haywood still out there, dropped down loads of places, obviously had an issue since he came off track, but he's back on and still at the back of the field, but still racing. That's the most important thing. So we've got a minute 10 plus a lap here on this second Senior Rotax heat. Focusing on our front three, because that is the battle. We've almost moved into a front two now with Bobby Rosier and William Ray. Zach Burke still clinging on into that third place, but starting to develop into a lonely drive there. Second, it's going to be about a second down, I would imagine, when they come under the start-finish line, that third place. And we've got two off up in midgets. I'm not sure which two that was. Just managed to look up. I think it's Ethan and Harry potentially. As the front three go through. Ethan and Harry both came off, I think, up at midgets. Just a racing incident. Hands in the air. Someone's out and about, still off. I think it is Ethan Hatch has come off and stayed off. It was a real shame. That was a battle developing, but we are going to get the last lap board out when Bobby Rosier and William Ray come back round. Just saw, I think it's Ethan Hatch that's come off in midgets. It's a real shame. He's doing really well there, holding 5th or 6th position, but we're into the last lap, and this is your front three. Bobby Rosier, William Ray, Zach Burke, that's your front three. They are going to be the front three from that chasing pack of Freddie Leppenwell, Oliver Gusman, Ben Hicks, Harry Maynard, Michael Pugh, James Watson and Hague making the top 10. But let's focus on these front two. Bobby Rosier in the 49, William Ray in the 14. Zach Burke has got 3rd place all on his own. That's his now. It's this front two. Will they change? They go through the bus stop. No change there. Up into midgets. Mixing up through, holding it. And again, you don't want to lose the points. It's good to get these points under the belt. Keep an eye. Will there be a move? I think Bobby's going to hold on to this from William, who just drives sensible, tucks in. He takes the 2nd place with Zach Burke, like I say, a lonely 3rd for him. And in this extra little battle, it's the 56 of Freddie Leppenwell from Oliver Gusman, Ben Hicks down to 6th, Michael Pugh up into 7th, and Harry Maynard, James Watson, Harry Clark. They made up the top 10. What a battle out front, which eventually Bobby Rosier, who won Heat 2 in round 1, he picked up that victory. So it was a win for Bobby Rosier from William Ray, championship leader after the opening round, and then Zach Burke gets himself 3rd place finish. Freddie Leppenwell with a 4th place finish. That was a good battle there in those 4th down to 6th or 7th, and Oliver Gusman, he picked up that 5th spot. Replays of that one. Through Haynes Loop. Ethan Hatch was the big loser, was doing really well there early on. Came in 3rd in Heat 1, obviously, and just got into trouble there up in the midgets. Ended up, unfortunately, coming off and staying off. Pushing the points at the front, but understanding track craft, understanding the rules, but driving really well, sensible. It's good to see. Good to see that these blue flags were coming out. So, one of our Senior Rotax, Heat 3. William Ray, Lucas Rees, Roman Vickery, Noah Nicholson, Zach Burke, Michael Pugh, Will Adlis, Oliver Gusman, Ugne, really struggling with the surname today. Zwers Denetti, but I'm going to just say Ugne for the race. Toby Street, Jacob Clay, Ollie White, Harry Clark, Bobby Rosier, Freddie Leppenwell, Reese Hurd, Jacob Felton, James Watson, Haywood, Zygmunt, Ben Hicks, James Bailey Sartin, Ethan Hatch, Louis Aspel and Harry Maynard. So we can see Michael Pugh there. He will be leading from the front in this one, with I think the 89 of Louis Aspel next to him. We've got the front of the grid in this one. Okay, here we go. Over the start-finish line to kick this race off. 27, really pushed by the 42 there. Jacob Clay, as they went over the start-finish line. Them two made the gate. They were 1st and 3rd. And they made the start, and they pushed from the front ahead of the 30 of Will Aldis. Race down into the Rangers dip, into that right-hander. Just a bit of a wide line taken there from a couple of drivers. Then race up through the bus stop. Everybody safely through. Perfect, nice good start to this race. Right-hander down into climate. And I'll take Tollies for the first time. Left-hander over the start-finish line for the first time. Let's have a look at that running order. It is Michael Pugh still from Jacob Clay. Louis, Will Adlis, Oliver Gusman, Ben Hicks, Louis Aspor, Noah Nicholson, Ethan Hatch, William Ray, Bobby Rosier. And make up that top 10. The guys are already heading back up through the bus stop. And here they go. Just a small lead for Michael Pugh at this moment. They race up into midgets. Good battle for second, third and fourth going on at the moment. That's definitely changed hands, a couple of those positions. As move back up the inside as we keep an eye on Michael Pugh as he comes around Tollies. Lots of dicing going on behind here. 30 of Will Adlis has got up into second, Oliver Gusman 38. Ben Hicks fourth, Jacob Clay fifth. Louis Asport in sixth, William Ray in seventh. Ethan Hatch, Ben Rosier and Noah Nicholson make up the top 10. But there is nothing to choose between really second through to 10th at the moment. They're all on top of each other and you can see one small mistake and you are going to lose position. There's a small gap Michael has created at the front. A couple of people going across the bus stop there, taking the direct route. Keep an eye, it was chaos for a lap or so there, but we keep an eye on that little group that's chasing now. Michael Pugh still got that lead. There's the 38 up into second of Oliver Gusman at the moment. And then the 84 of Ben Hicks also moves up a spot, as does Aldis, William Ray, Jacob Clay, Bobby Rosier. The big movers in that one as they head round my right down into Rangers dip. Really between those four there, Will Aldis, Ben Hicks, William Ray, Jacob Clay. Everybody comes through the bus stop. And again, a little bit of curb on the way in, most of the curb on the way out. Positional changes there in towards the back of the pack. Let's keep an eye on Michael Pugh. Comes round, takes that lap, 5.5 to go really in this one. Still that same running order. Oliver Gusman, Ben Hicks, William Ray moving his way up through the field. William Ray now. Fastest lap, 39.75. Only 2 or 3 of the drivers into 39s at the moment. Everybody else still in the 40s. William is the quickest. He's gained 14 places from the beginning of this race. Ben Hicks has got up 8, 14 for William, and is also 14 for Bobby Rosier. So those guys have made noises today already. They're doing the same thing again now. And that battle for second, third and fourth on track is a good one. You can see that there's a positional change there already. 38 of Oliver Gusman's lost out to second to Ben Hicks. And again, I think another place to William Ray. So William Ray moved up into third position now. Excellent race this one, top 10, nothing to choose between them as they race down into Rangers dip. All again, if they work together, they'll just start to eat in. There's only a 1.73 seconds from Michael Pugh to second place Ben Hicks. There's nothing in it. And if they start to battle and try and overtake each other in that second and third spot, that will give Michael the opportunity to pull away. Just a little look at the inside there as they went through midgets. To climate. Let's have a look. So it was Michael to Ben, 0.73 seconds. How are we looking now? 0.65. There's nothing in it. Bobby Rosier moves up. William Ray and Bobby Rosier working their through. Oliver Gusman now. Ethan Hatch 6th. Will Aldis 7. Noah Nicholson. Freddie Leppenwell close in 10th. Zach Burke, Harry Clark, Jacob Clay 13th, and Une in 14th. So let's keep an eye. Already coming back up through the bus stop. Up towards midgets, all green lights, no incidents so far. It's good to see a little bit of a look there for second and third. Keep an eye on that as they come down into climate. That's Michael Pugh out front. Keep an eye on the second, third and fourth here. Nothing to choose between these three. Still Ben Hicks second, but William Ray, Bobby Rosier hot on the heels. Oliver Gusman not far behind, nor is Ethan Hatch and Will Aldis, nor is Noah Nicholson. There's nothing to choose between the top 8 or 9 in this race. 3 minutes to go, probably the closest race we've had in terms of drivers not pulling away at the front. Can't just get away. We're almost down to half a second now. Still has the lead, obviously, still the one leading the race, but they're just eating in each lap. Just looking up the inside. Is there a move there from William Ray up into second? Definitely had a look in midgets. Not sure he was able to make that work or not. We'll see when they come back round. I think he did. I think William Ray's got himself up into second through midgets. Yeah, from Ben Hicks now. Bobby Rosier still holding on to that fourth place, but within spitting distance of the guys in front of him. There's nothing in this excellent race. As we go 2.5 minutes to go, plus that lap. The guys right round through Winger's Dip. They're coming up into the bus stop. That's your front 2, 3, 4, 5 there. You can see on screen. We're going to keep an eye on them because that is the race. Front 5 now, 6 potentially, just starting to stretch out a tiny bit. The front 2 though, there's nothing to choose between William Ray and Michael Pugh. That half a second has now vanished. They're on him. 0.13 seconds, nothing in it now as William Ray looks up the inside through Haynes Loop, makes the move. Can he make it stick and hold it as they come back down through Johnny's? Yes, he can. William Ray up into the lead of this race from Michael Pugh. The 84 of Ben Hicks not far away, nor is Bobby Rosier. Oliver Gusman just that further, half a second behind. So good racing in this one. Front 4 now, just a bit of a gap to Oliver Gusman in 5th. Front 4 have stretched away. William Ray has got himself into the lead of this race. Will he be able to get his head down and disappear, or will the 3 behind keep a big move there up the inside from Bobby Rosier as he takes 3rd place as they came through Tollies. So William Ray from Michael Pugh, Bobby Rosier, Ben Hicks, Oliver Gusman. That's our front 5. That's the race on that we have got. And there's a little gap back to Noah Nicholson, and then Ethan Hatch, Freddie Leppenwell, Zach Burke and Will Aldis. They make up the top 10. That's the front 3 or 4 you can see there, and there is enough space now between them and the driver in 5th. So that battle is potentially Frank William though is just starting to pull away a little bit now. Just got a gap from 2nd and 3rd. Those 2 with 2 laps to go. Be this and then 1 more, and a move from Bobby Rosier up into 2nd. Michael Pugh drops down after having such a commanding lead for the majority of this race. Has now dropped down to 3rd and doesn't have Ben Hicks that far behind either. So Michael just trying to consolidate now and hold on to this top 3 finish. That would be a result. It's such a close pack. That top 5 really have pulled away as a second down to Noah Nicholson in 6th. So that's the battle, that's the race. But I think with it'll be the last lap board here, I think, for William Ray. As the clock counts down, yeah, we're going to be on 5 seconds before they get to Tolly. So we've got 1 lap to go. We've got 1 lap shootout for what would be the 2nd to 5th place in this race. Last lap board for William Ray. Bobby Rosier 2nd, Michael Pugh 3rd, Ben Hicks 4th, Oliver Gusman 5th. And again, no one's a million miles behind. It's a close old race, this one. Let's keep an eye on those front few then. That's the 14 of William Ray. He's got this in the bag. This is a win for him. I'm not sure Bobby Rosier is going to be able to get up and challenge. Maybe if he had a couple more laps to have a go at it, he might have been able to reel him in. But looking really good here. William Ray worked his way through the field's 17th places. Bobby Rosier's gained 18 places. So huge gains there from them two. And they are out front, and it is a win for William Ray to add to that 2nd place he had earlier on. 49 of Bobby Rosier comes through for 2nd place. 3rd going to Michael Pugh, 4th Ben Hicks, Oliver Gusman, Noah Nicholson make 5th and 6th, Ethan Hatch 7th, Freddie Leppenwell 8th, Zach Burke 9, Harry Clark, that's your top 10, with Will Aldis and Jesus just outside that top 10. So a good race from those front 2. They gained so many positions to get up. And Michael Pugh was there the whole race, and then just dropped back, but managed to hold on. You can see some fast times there, all those front 6, 7 in the 39s, as was Zach Burke and Harry Clark as well. So a win for William Ray, 2nd for Bobby Rosier, a 3rd for Michael Pugh. Fourth was for Ben Hicks, best finish of the day for Ben. Gusman with that 5th place, so 1st and 2 5ths for Oliver. Consistent days racing for him. He's going to be near the front of that grid, that's for sure. That's the top side. So Bobby Rosier with a win and 2 seconds in the heats. Oliver Gusman with a win and 2 5ths in the heats. William Ray with a 1st and 2nd. And to be honest, spread out from there. Noah Nicholson's been in the top 3. Zach Burke's had a 3rd and a 5th. 4th for Harry Clark, 4th for Freddie Leppenwell. So we've seen plenty of different drivers up near that front 4 or 5 in the race. So again, thank you so much for watching us. We were just waiting to get a couple of the karts off track following that junior final, which Travis Rose won, and then we will move on to the Senior Rotax. There'll be no surprise to see Bobby Rosier, P1, leading the way on the grid, from Ben Hicks in second. Your third and fourth is William Ray and Oliver Gusman. Fifth and sixth will be Zach Burke and Michael Pugh. 7 and 8 will be Will Elvis and Freddie Leppenwell. 9 will be Harry Maynard. 10 will be James Watson. 11 and 12 will be Jacob Clay and Udne Zverdenite. 13 and 14, Lucas Reeves and Toby Street. And car use Zygmunt 2. In 15 with Harry Clark 16, Roman Vickery and Louis Asport will be 17 and 18. Ollie White with his novice plate 19 with Ethan Hatch in 20. And 21, Noah Nicholson and 22. Second novice plate in the race, James Bailey Sartin. So congratulations on all these guys for giving us plenty to shout about today. We've had a couple of good heats as well here. And we're expecting a good final. Bobby Rosier, first and 2 seconds in the heats. William Ray, third on the grid, first and a second in the heats. And Ben Hicks, picked up a fourth, but was consistent, Ben. So, interesting, here we go. So are we going to get everyone off and running the first time? Looks like we are, as they race into that first turn. Bobby Rosier out front with Ben Hicks, Oliver Gusman and Freddie Leppenwell. Let's keep an eye on them as they come round. 84, 40, yeah, so it's still the 84 Ben Hicks and Bobby Rosier out front. But they're going up the inside into the Windsors dip. So they'll race up and take in the bus stop. Seeing a black flag being hung out in front of me for somebody. It looks like the 27 of Michael Pugh, which is a shame, starting in 6th place, Michael. He's going to pick up a black flag on the entry to the second lap, which will pay to his race. So let's go back to the front runners as they come round Tollies for the first time. Underneath me here, it is the 49 and the 84 of Bobby Rosier, Ben Hicks, William Ray third, Freddie Leppenwell, Michael Pugh. Race is over, unfortunately, with a black flag. Zach Burke, Oliver Gusman, James Watson, Harry Maynard, and Une, you make up the top 10. And Windsors, they'll go back up now through the bus stop. We'll keep an eye as they do. 9, so the front 9 just counting through there, you heard me as they come through. The front 9 have just got a little bit of a gap, then back to 10 and 11 as they go through the bus stop. Change of places there, I think that's Oliver Gusman. I did see just gain a spot there maybe as we come through. Let's have a look. Leader of the race is Bobby Rosier, William Ray up to second, Freddie Leppenwell into third, then Hicks drops down to fourth, Zach Burke, James Watson, Michael Pugh still out, not sure if he's supposed to be. Harry Maynard, Oliver Gusman and Will Aldis. That makes up the top 10. So we'll keep an eye as they come up there into the bus stop. That's your front 2 of Bobby Rosier and William Ray. They've both been batting near the front the whole day. 2 wins, 3 seconds between them in the heats. So they have been pulling punches and calling the shots, them two. And they're doing exactly the same here as they're just starting to stretch away a little bit from third place. So the front 2, Bobby Rosier, William Ray, from Freddie Leppenwell. Zach Burke up into 4th, Ben Hicks 5th, and James Watson in 6th as they go around the Haynes Loop. Left climber down into the Windsors dip before that right hander back up towards the bus stop. As they do. Yeah, the front 2 just starting to pull away from 3rd and 4th. We've got their own little battle developing at the moment. So this is a position where you've got to work together. Don't battle it out for 3rd. You've got to tuck in and drive as a pair and try and catch up to the front 2. Otherwise they are just going to pull away if you throw everything at each other. You've still got 9 minutes of this race to go. You need to be working together all the way down the field. Whoever's in front of you, you work together. You can hopefully try and reel in those people in front of you. So just watching Freddie Leppenwell and Zach Burke here in 3rd and 4th, they really should just be tucked in behind each other. Almost taking it in turns really to pull away. You've got so much of this race to go. The front 2 slowly but surely just starting to eke away a little bit. William Ray with the fastest lap time so far of a 39.94, but Bobby Rosier with a 39.96. So absolutely nothing between those front 2. Again, another black flag coming out here, and I think it's still the black flag for Michael Pugh. Not picked up on that as yet. We'll pick up on it now. Let's have a look. He's just going to stay out and complete the race under protest. He's not coming in. Michael Pugh had a black flag since the opening lap of the race, but he's not picking up on it. He's not going in. He's sat in 7th place. So we'll see what develops as this lap goes on. But we've still got the front two. That is still William Rowe and Bobby Rosier. And 3rd and 4th is still Freddie Leppenwell and Zach Burke. And there's a bit of movement. I think Zach Burke has got up into 3rd there. But again, they just work together. I think what they've done is they've allowed Ben Hicks to catch them back up again. It is William Ray from Bobby Rosier, and then it is now Zach Burke from Freddie Leppenwell, Ben Hicks. But they've got to work as a three, those three now. Zach, Freddie and Ben, if they want to catch up to William and Bobby, they've got to work as a three. Michael Pugh still not coming in. Or did he come in? Might still be able to see as they go, but they're racing up towards midgets. That's a subplot at the minute as to whether Michael Pugh will get off the track. But the front two are as they were. It's the 14 of William Ray, the 49 of Bobby Rosier. They've been leading from the front in all the heats. Zach Burke, Freddie Leppenwell, Ben Hicks, that's your 3, 4 and 5 at the moment. And then just a small gap back to James Watson, Harry Clark, Harry Maynard, Oliver Gusman and Will Aldis. That's your top 10. As they race through, climb it down towards the Winger's Dip. Just see the lead there. That is the 56, the 60 kart, sorry. Just keeping an eye as they race up through. The top two are away, they're up into midgets, they're up into taking that right-hander, William Ray and Bobby Rosier. And then it is Zach Burke, Freddie Leppenwell and Ben Hicks. That's your 3rd, 4th and 5th kart. And at the minute, it looks like they are going to be battling for that 3rd place. The front two are just slowly but surely pulling away. Michael Pugh has gone in. We've got Michael from proceedings now, but William Ray and Bobby Rosier, they're leading this race, and there's a 2.5 second gap to Zach Burke in 3rd with Freddie Leppenwell and Ben Hicks all in close proximity. So you can see that battle there on screen. They go through the bus stop. That is the 4th and 5th battle here, and is there a move up the inside? No, can't make that stick, and almost lost out there. It's gone backwards a little bit. So the front two is the front two as it has been. William Ray, Bobby Rosier, they're the two out front. Zach Burke has a bit of fresh air in 3rd now from the 84 of Ben Hicks, who got the better of Freddie Leppenwell. So 1st and 2nd pulling away, 3rd in open space, and then 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th in close proximity. They head down towards the Winger's Dip before that right-hander, and then that toe up into the bus stop. Again, toe up into midgets, flat out, before dropping down into climate. Front two have just started to pull away now. There's a about 2.5 second gap, I would say, from the front two. Bobby not close enough in the minute to land any kind of blow on William, but they do have a gap to 3rd place, which is extended to 2.6 seconds now. And it's Ben Hicks, Freddie Leppenwell, James Watson, Harry Maynard in that chasing pack with Harry Clark, Oliver Gusman making up the top 9, and then Watson with that 2.5 down in 10th position. Ethan Hatch 11, Will Aldis in 12th, Nunez in 13 with Louis Aspel in 14, Toby Street 15, Lucas Reeve 16, Jacob Clay in 17th. So the front two is the front two. Not much going on there at the moment. 3rd place is still Zach Burke. Unchallenged, to be honest. And it does look like William Ray was 0.61 a moment ago. Gap remains about the same. 6 tenths between the two, and then a 2.76 gap back to Zach Burke, who's about 1.5 seconds ahead of 4th place. So not as close as we've had in the last couple of finals, but still plenty to talk about as we move into the last 3rd of this race, really. It's a 12-minute final. We're just heading down into that 4th minute. Front two pulling away, 3rd place pretty comfortable. So can Bobby Rosier get up to challenge William Ray? William Ray was 1st in the championship coming into today. Bobby Rosier was 3rd in the championship coming into today. 2nd was Zach Burke, who's currently sat in 3rd. So the front three still doing their thing. On track, it is the 84 of Ben Hicks that currently holds that 4th spot, and there's very little between him back to Oliver Gusman in 9th. Very close close, that battle there. You can see now there's just a bit of a gap developing. Yeah, the gap is starting to stretch out now. Keep an eye. William Ray's got the fastest time in the race, 39.69, 39.72, not far behind Bobby Rosier, but there's enough of a gap, I would think, for William to be quite comfortable. I haven't seen him look over his shoulder too much. He's extended the lead a tiny bit. Back to Zach is now at 3 seconds in third place, and then over a second and a half now back to Ben. So it's pretty settled in terms of the major positions at the front. Just keeping an eye on what is going on behind. The big movers down the field. Noah Nicholson has gained 11 places. Ethan Hatch has gained 9, so some big moves from them guys. They've done very well. And 8 places for Harry Clark as well. So some big movers in the middle of the field. But out front, not too much movement. William Ray started in third, he's up to first. Started in second, sorry, he's up to first. Bobby Rose, who started on pole. But those front two are the front two. They are pulling away. 3.1 seconds, 11 seconds now the gap. Some changing places in the minor places. Will was just there jumping up a spot. Try and keep an eye on what Toby Street there chasing down Lucas Reeves in the 15th and 16th place. All points on offer. You've got to remember it's not just about the podiums. It's just about podiums, but it's not. You've got to get some points on the board for the championship as well. You can always have a lost leader in a race where you're not at the front, but you make the best of a tough situation. And that's what these guys here, probably from Ben Hicks in fourth. And then we've got the 56 Kart of Harry Maynard, 56 of Freddie Leffenwell just being taken by Harry Maynard on that last lap. That's the shot that we can see there now on screen as they come through Climate, as they come through Johnny, with a left-hander down into the Winger's Dip. Four-way battle, would you say that was? They're pretty close. William Ray just over a second lead now from Bobby Rosier. He's now trying to stamp his authority on this race. It doesn't look like Bobby can get up to challenge. No, it's going to be a second, about a second and a half now. So the lead of this race is looking really comfortable for William Ray, from Bobby Rosier in second and Zach Burke in third. And then there is that gap back to fourth place with Ben Hicks. So pretty settled down this one. Minor places may change. We've got a battle there with the 56 Kart on screen. 56 there. Freddie Leffenwell holding 6th place. Leader. Looking good, the 14 Kart. So we're going to have a couple of laps left on this one. William Ray looking good out front. Bobby Rosier looking comfortable in second. Likewise, Zach Burke in third, looking comfortable. Ben Hicks has always been around a second and a half behind, not really been able to get up to challenge and push for that third spot. Harry Maynard in 5th, Freddie Leffenwell 6th, Harry Clark 7, James Watson 8, Noah Nicholson 9, and Ethan Hatch. They make up our top 10. The next time round for William Ray will be the last lap board. Less thrills and spills in this one than we've had in previous races. Looking very comfortable as he's about to come round Tollies into the home straight for the last lap board. So I think the last lap board actually came out late there. William Ray is on his last lap. He's leading away from Bobby Rosier. Check play. You might not have seen the last lap board. I think it came out after he went through. Here's his last lap. He won't mind. He'll take the win. William Ray has had a battle early on with Bobby Rosier, but once he got some fresh air, he's pulled away. And to be honest, the first, second and third of this race have never been in question. And it's a win for William Ray. Bobby Rosier with a comfortable second. Zach Burke with a comfortable third. They were the championship top 3 coming into today. As we head out the other side as well. Congratulations to them. Ben Hicks, Harry Maynard, Harry Clark, Freddie Leffenwell, James Watson, Ethan Hatch, Noah Nicholson. They make up the top 10 with Oliver Gussman, Will Aldis, Une, Louis Asport, Lucas Reeves, Toby Street, Jacob Clay coming over, Kazus, Ollie White, Michael Pugh, we didn't see the end of the race. So congratulations to William Ray, taking the win from Bobby Rosier and Zach Burke in 2nd and 3rd. And you can see they have the 3 fastest lap times in there as well. So a pretty comprehensive race, not as close as we've had in the others, but nevertheless, well done to those 3. Enjoyable to watch. So all the action really was early on in that one. It was all done and dusted. You can see there just heading wide was Oliver Gussman. He started up near the front of the pack, but just went out. You can see him there. Just got beaten up a little bit going around the Haynes Loop for the first time, and went from essentially 3rd back to about 6th or 7th. And, yeah, from there just seemed to end up in that battle in the middle of the pack. And ended up in 11th place. But yeah, the racing was done really early doors in that one. Not too much to shout about in the remaining heats. That is where Zach Burke got up past Freddie Leppenwell. Great spot that one by our team to get up into 3rd. The move here from the 84 car up the inside. Ben Hicks